Every time during the laundry, I encountered the same problem. One sock is black, the other is also black, and it's almost impossible to distinguish them, which leaves me confused and irresistibly frustrated. But you may ask, what could be worse?
Пицца приехала.
Maybe situation when you have only one fork and you have to eat pizza with your friend on time.
Time out.
To be honest, I realized that it can't go on like this anymore, so today we decided to decisively solve both of those problems.
Здрасте.
So first, I will buy the second sock,
О, благодарю.
and then I will make the second fork. So, the first thing we need to do is draw a sketch of our fork, then select the right tool to do the job, and in order for a fork to be as similar to a fork as possible, I chose a fork. Let's use logic. How can we make a fork using this convenient jigsaw, specifically designed for cutting wooden products, when it has a completely different from the fork shape? And after we chose the tool, I tried to dig out the first pieces with a fork, and as practice shows, the method is not very effective, so we decided to sharpen the fork using a grinder, and then grind it with a whetstone. And if you think you look good in sunglasses, then I recommend looking at my friend, who at age 60 looks like an elderly member of an 80s rock band. So after this we do the banana test. And as you can see, our fork successfully passed it. So we try to plant the tree, but I didn't take into account one important thing. The wood is usually a little tougher than a banana, and the fork is still not able to plant it. Therefore, in order for the fork to be able to cope with the tree, I decided to make it more dangerous. First, I made it a bandana out of sock, to make it look like a gang member. Then I gave it a gun. Just to be sure, I decided to develop a fork addiction to amphetamine and sharpen it a little more. After all these procedures, the fork looks quite dangerous, so we try planing again. And this time everything worked out, so the only thing left to do is to painfully plant the tree with the fork until it takes the shape we need. In the meantime, while Misha is whittling the fork, I would like to discuss something with you. Perhaps many of you will think that I stole the idea for this video from this channel, but I want to refute the possible accusations with several arguments. Firstly, in the original video the author made a spoon using a spoon, and I make a fork. And as you can see, a fork and the spoon have different shapes, and are used for completely different purposes. With the spoon we usually eat something liquid, and with the fork we stab ourselves in the thigh with all our strength to dull moral pain from the disappointment with our lives that we experience every day. After all, you're already 24, and you still believe in miracles. You think that you can do something more in your life. Look at yourself, an adult man in Terminator glasses making a fork out of fork. What the fuck do you think you're doing?
Слушай, ты заебал играть в эту хуйню? Это Бетховен.
Well, in the meantime, the fork is already planned, but it doesn't look very sexy. So we will sand it, but according to the rules of our video, we should only use the fork. So we need to upgrade it again and glue sandpaper on it. And after this procedure, our fork has gained the ability to grind. And now we get to the work. And by word we, I mean Misha.
Да пошел ты нахуй! Bravo, bellissimo, bellissimo! Bellissimo!
And after we sanded the fork, we move on to the sexiest part of the video. Oiling the fork. Wood oil ensures reliable penetration into the pores of wood, protects the wood product from moisture and the spread of microorganisms, from rotting and mold formation. At the same time, it preserves the structure, texture, and color of the wood. After applying the oil, we leave the fork on some fabric and wait until it absorbed. And after that, I'm ready to present to you the ugliest fork you've ever seen. But despite the ugliness, it still helped solve our problems, brought peace to our home and the ability to eat pizza at the same time. Thank you for watching.